I want to look at the troubling and complex case of the former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan and his wife Bushra Bibi. Their story is not merely about two individuals behind bars, it's emblematic of Pakistan's persistent struggles with authority, with military dominance, with judicial integrity, and the survival of democratic norms. Imran Khan, the characteristic and charismatic former cricket captain who became arguably Pakistani's most popular politician, has been in prison since mid-2023. And in January this year, he was sentenced to 14 years in prison in the Al Qadir Trust case, and his wife, Bushra Bibi, received a 7-year sentence. The charges allege that while in power, Khan accepted land from a notorious property tycoon, Malik Riaz, in exchange for laundering over $200 million worth of money returned to Pakistan by the UK authorities. Critics, including the National Accountability Bureau, claim this deal let black money be laundered with state protection. But Khan and his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, the PTI, have consistently denied wrongdoing. They argue that the trust was a legitimate charitable project and that no personal financial benefit was ever proven. Indeed, even his lawyer says the prosecution failed to demonstrate any loss to the state or personal enrichment for Khan and his wife. This is far from the only case. Khan faces some 150 charges in total, from corruption to terrorism, and many observers see a clear pattern, a ruling establishment determined to ensure he never again threatens its hold on power. Equally disturbing is what has emerged about the conditions in which Khan and Bushra Bibi are being held. Their party has alleged systematic and systemic psychological torture. For Khan, this includes long periods of total isolation, deliberate power cuts during the height of Pakistani's brutal heat waves, and restrictions on meeting with lawyers or party officials. Such isolation, his allies say, is designed to disrupt PTI's organisation, break morale, and prevent him from giving strategic direction. Bushra Bibi's treatment is perhaps even more harrowing. Reports suggest she has been denied clean water, even for basic ablutions, subjected to stifling heat with inadequate or deliberately faulty fans, and has fallen seriously ill, even fainting in her cell. Her teenage daughter was allegedly forced to wait outside for hours before being denied a visit, leaving her emotionally shattered. This is not just simply poor prison management. Khan's close aide, Zulika al-Barhi, accuses the authorities of deliberate cruelty aimed at breaking Khan's resolve by tormenting his wife. Why this intensity of repression? The answer lies in the bitterly fraught relationship between Imran Khan and Pakistan's powerful military. While Khan was once seen as the military's chosen candidate, that relationship collapsed as he fell out with senior generals, most notably the current army chief, General Asim Munir. Khan himself alleges that Munir's campaign against Bushra Bibi is rooted in personal vengeance, stemming from when Khan removed him from his role of ICI chief. Khan calls it unprecedented for a private citizen and homemaker to be imprisoned and humiliated in this way. Even Pakistan's own history of military dictatorship, he claims, never stooped to this level of targeting family members. Meanwhile, the military-backed government of Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif faces accusations of overseeing a campaign of judicial manipulation, and Khan claims anti-terrorism courts and judges are complicit, refusing to examine critical evidence such as CCTV footage from violent protests in May 2023, which were used to justify the sweeping arrests of PTI leaders and supporters. Another striking element of this crisis is the relative silence of Western democracies. While the United States, the United Kingdom and the EU loudly proclaim their commitment to democracy and human rights, they've offered little more than diplomatic platitudes about Pakistan's slide into authoritarianism. As crises in Gaza, Ukraine and Iran dominate the headlines, Pakistan's 250 million people find themselves living through a slow-motion collapse of democratic norms. Imran Khan's sons have now even appealed directly to President Trump to pressure Pakistan's government for their father's release, but so far such pleas have had limited effect. What does this mean for Pakistan's future? First, it underscores the entrenched power of the military in Pakistani politics, a force that has toppled civilian governments, time and again since 1947. Second, it reveals the fragility of Pakistan's judiciary, accused of serving power rather than justice. Third, it raises serious questions about the health of democratic opposition. For PTI itself, Khan's imprisonment has left a leadership vacuum. While his allies claim they will never abandon him, negotiations with the government have been repeatedly derailed. Internal party divisions are likely to worsen as frustration grows. But perhaps most importantly, the treatment of Bushra Bibi is a chilling warning about the personal costs of political dissent in Pakistan. Whether guilty or not, no one should be subject to cruel, degrading conditions aimed at breaking their spirit or manipulating their family bonds. If Pakistan is to have any hope of a truly democratic future, these practices must be condemned, investigated and ended. It's time, one might argue, for the world to stop looking away.